You will never be cast out. That amen is not loud. You will never be cast out. Result is necessary, because result cancels insult. But oftentimes when we are faced with challenges, when we are faced with challenging time, we begin to depend on people. That's the first thing that happens to us. So, but I want to show us triggers today of proof. What are the things that trigger productiveness or productivity? Number one is that you must understand that you are enough. Everything you need in life to sojourn in life and become great has been deposited in you by God. There is an innate potential, a latent energy that God has deposited in you to be a sign and a wonder to your generation. You are enough. So anytime you come to a crossroad in your life, I want you to look on the inside of you and know that what delivers you from this crossroad is laid bare on the inside of you, waiting to be discovered, waiting to be accepted, waiting to be pursued so that it can be accomplished. So the first thing we must do whenever we are challenged is to seek help from within us. John chapter 6 verse 9. Jesus was in a press. He had preached for days, and he knew as a good shepherd that the people were already hungry. So he asked the disciples, where do we get food from? They said they save food very long distance from here. Jesus said, if we send them away, they must have been dead on the way. As they were saying that, Philip said, there is a lad here who had 5 barley loaves of bread and small fishes. But he said, what are they among so many? They went and asked for the boy's meal, and the boy released it. Jesus took that meal, and even to the greatest shock of that boy, he saw that the little fishes he had and the little bread he had was able to do mighty things, feed 5,000 men and more than 30,000 women. There is a deposit on the inside of you you have been ignoring. You don't know it has the capacity to shine light to the ends of the earth. You are the solution your generation seek. When we don't understand this, we begin to live beggarly lives. We begin to live less of what the grace of God has made us. You live your life in such a way that you keep begging to feed. And I discovered that anyone that always wants sympathy will never see party. Every time your neck is like this. Watch those people. Give them 1 million, they will still be begging. Because there is something that free money does to people. What it does to them is that it configures their mindset into dwelling in the realms of beggarliness the rest of their lives. But that will not be your testimony. That amen is not loud. All you need. I read the scriptures. The Bible says he has given us all that pertains to life and godliness. All, not some, not few, not many, not most. All that pertain to life and godliness, according to the knowledge of him who has called out of darkness into his marvelous light. Giving us all. Moses was telling God, I need a special sign. So in Exodus chapter 4 verse 2, God asked him, what do you have in your hand? He said, this is a dry rod. A rod that is not even fresh. Verse 3. He said, cast it on the ground. So he cast it on the ground and it became a serpent. Now listen, it became. These things become when they are released. It didn't become a serpent in his hand. It became a serpent when it was cast. You've been telling us how you will hit billions. But have you released your destiny to productivity? Have you engaged in productive ventures that would necessitate acceleration in your life and destiny? He said, cast it on the ground. He cast it on the ground. And then he became a serpent. And Moses fled. I love that. I want you to know this. What will come out of your life? You will look at yourself and it will shock you. You were able to produce what you are able to see. Moses fled from the rod he had been holding because he didn't know that what he had was alive. He saw it as a dry rod, but he didn't know it was a living object. Immediately he released it, he became a serpent and started moving. He ran. The Bible didn't say he ran. The one fled is the senior brother, elder brother of running. A rod the man had in his hand became a snake. And God said, pick it up. He picked it up. It turned back again to a rod. So there is something you have that you think is lifeless. Your destiny you think is lifeless is not lifeless. It is alive. It only needs to be engaged. Because the engagement and the release of that destiny is what brings about the life embedded in that destiny. Now hear this. In John chapter 2, the Bible said there was a wedding in Cana of Galilee. Cana of Galilee is a little small community in the entirety of Galilee. And then Jesus was invited. When he came to the feast, the Bible said that wine ran out. Wines don't have legs. So someone stole it. So when their wine got finished, the mother of Jesus, knowing that Jesus was present, went to the master and said, do something for these people. Jesus said, there is nothing I can do because my time has not come. The mother went unto the disciples and said, whatever he tells you to do, do it. The Bible said that Jesus drew water from one of the 6 fekins. Jewish religion, anytime there is an occasion, you must keep bowels, but they are very massive bowels where people wash their hands. So imagine an occasion that Jesus came that had more than 5,000 people. It was dirty. Jesus took water, that dirty water, and told one of the servants, take it to the governor of the feast. Do you know when he took the water, it didn't become wine? Do you know as the guy was carrying the water, it didn't become wine? It was immediately it touched the hand of the governor of the feast that it became wine. Now hear this. Your destiny will always be lifeless until you engage it. Idleness is one sign that you are living a lifeless life. Jesus said, let the dead bury the dead. So there are people who are alive, but they are dead to purpose. They are dead to purpose. So he said to Moses, cast it. And it became a serpent. Moses fled. The next verse. So the Lord said to Moses, reach out your hand and take it by tail. The most dangerous part of the snake is the tail. The serpent sees a touch on its tail as a direct attack. So why will God say to Moses, take the snake by the tail? Do you know what he told him? Take a risk. Because a riskless life is a useless life. A riskless life is a useless life. He said, take the snake by the tail. No man can amount to anything important who does not take risk. Risk taken engenders height climbing. Anytime you will scale new heights, you will take new risk. High flyers are risk takers. Who are these that fly? They are the ones that have lifted up their hands and have not sworn to vanity, and their hands are not filled with blood. So anytime a man flies high, actions must take place. Because actions are the things that facilitate the rise of a man. One of the laws of motion says that an object is in a state of equilibrium until a force greater than the force that kept it there is applied on it. And then another law of Coupling force say that action and reaction are equal and opposite. So there won't be a reaction until there is an action. So every reaction is facilitated by a corresponding action. So your destiny is the product of actions you put in. If you do nothing, you become nothing. When you do something, you become something. Am I talking to somebody here? Only a madman will want a new level and has not changed from what he used to do.